Different profiles of toxic masculinity demonstrated by some personas in scripture. These are the core personas we have in the world when it comes to toxic masculinity. The very first dysfunctional toxic masculinity type is those who seek power or strength without control. Whenever you see a person who is overly obsessed with strength and power but lacks the control to keep it in check, you have a person who is likely going to be a toxic man who will not be a good father. And the outlook is such that it makes you into a monster who will ultimately have a sudden end. And the example we have in scripture is Samson. The next profile are those who seek pleasure without restraint, because that's the kind of conversations they want to have in the boys' quarters. How many girls have you slept with? What's your body count? Those are the kind of podcasts that are trending in our world today. It's amazing how many views you see. You click on those podcasts and you're seeing millions of views, and there's someone reeling out some profound thoughts. Nobody checks it out because it is not a reflection of the appetite of their generation. That kind of profile will make you into an addict. Solomon is the poster boy for this profile. It makes you into a junkie, into an addict, and you become a liability both to yourself and to your children. Because we see that it is because of Solomon that the kingdom of Israel was divided into two tribes, where there was the tribe of Israel and then there was the tribe of Judah. Then we have those who are willing to seek intimacy without vulnerability. The poster boy here is Amnon. Oh, I like you. I just like you. And I like you only for me. I'm not interested in you knowing me, because if you knew me, you would run as far away from me as possible, because I'm a beast on the inside. But I'm going to look good, sound good, take you out, buy you gifts, make you feel comfortable with me until I take advantage of you. And the very same person that just satisfied your desires is not the worst thing to you. You toss her out like a piece of garbage. And these are the kinds of men we see in our world today. Flashing the cars to get as many ladies in, take advantage of them and leave them twice empty. They ultimately become predators. Choice without responsibility. You know the Oga Patapata in that regard? Adam. They don't realize that for every choice you have made, you have also chosen the consequences of that choice. You don't choose consequences. You choose choices that have consequences attached to them. Nobody chooses a consequence. People just make choices that have some consequences that they don't like, but they didn't see the consequences coming. You never see them coming. They don't announce themselves. If you take this pill, you will die. No, the pill will advertise itself as perhaps the best medication and solution for your ailment. But you don't realize that death is attached to it. The same mouth used to say, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Now there's consequence. You are saying, no, I no deal. It is the woman you gave me. Is it not interesting that the people who ought to take most responsibilities are the ones most at liberty to excuse themselves from it? Size without impact. The poster boy here is Saul. They are big. They have the beard gang, broad shoulder. They look impressive. But ask, who have you been a blessing to? Who have you influenced? Who have you mentored? Who have you taught? Who have you trained? Who have you helped? Who have you brought along in life? Who have you taken because responsibilities are not conferred, they are taken. Nobody confers responsibility on you. You take them. It is always going to be by your own act of volition. The man can choose to walk away, but the ones that stayed are the responsible ones. These are the people that become insecure bullies once they get into office. How could you be head and shoulder taller than everybody else in the entire realm, and you couldn't even square Goliath up in the face, sat on his throne, giving bounties for whoever it is that is bold enough to take? That's your job! So he has that reputation, he has that following on social media, but you can't really count the number of people that he has actually been a blessing to. Life is about impact.